Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome back to Ask Jason Anything about meta advertising and digital marketing. Wait. Let me see if I'm live already. Where am I? Jason Gunn. Okay. Okay. It looks like I'm live. All right. Welcome back to Ask Jason Anything about meta advertising and digital marketing. Yeah, so if this is the first time you see me, I'm Jason from Malaysia. What I do is I help meta advertisers optimize your meta advertising campaign to take it to the next level using data driven analytical method. So, in my opinion, if you run ads on Facebook and Instagram, whether you have a good campaign or you have a non-performing campaign, meaning like you're not getting such really like a good result from your campaign, we must need to find out for why, because we can always find the answer from the number. We don't want to make decision based on gut feeling. That's something that we must avoid at all cost. And the number won't lie. They will always tell us why are your campaigns working and why are they not. You want to know what is working so that you can scale confidently. And on the other hand, you want to know what is not working so that you can avoid making the same mistake in the future. So that's my philosophy. So if you run ads and you need help, whether you want to fix your campaign that is not performing, that you do not know why, or you have a campaign that is performing, but you want to take it to the next level, but you can't seem to find a very stable way to do that, I would like to invite you to take a look at my one-on-one coaching program. You can go to this link, which is you can scan this QR code and it will take you to my landing page where you can actually book a 30-minute one-on-one discussion. It's not 30 minutes, sorry, this is a 20-minute discovery call to see whether we are a good fit to work together. If yes, let's do that. Otherwise, I'll be able to point you to the right direction to hopefully fix whatever challenge that you're facing right now. Okay, now back to this. This is Ask Jason Anything. This happens every Sunday night, but I actually just took a break of 1 month. I was, like doing something on the weekend. I needed the time off a little bit. So, but we've been doing this for over 200 episodes now. So it's really something that I'm still very passionate about. And I want to continue doing it on the weekly basis. So very straightforward. If you have any meta ads or digital marketing related question, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. Very straightforward. All right. But the first step would be go to my YouTube channel, try to search for an answer for whatever challenge or questions you may have right now. Chances are, I probably have covered something similar in the past because I posted over 1,300 over videos. I just realized. So chances are I have some answer for you. Otherwise, if you can't find an answer, don't worry about that. Just post your question as a comment and I'll bring them up on the following Sunday to answer your questions live on Sunday at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. But of course, if you can join me live, that'd be great. You can type your question if you're watching this, whether it's a replay or you're here watching with me right now. Post your question, and I'll definitely go to your question after I answer all these that I have here. Or if you're watching the replay, I'll answer questions on the following Sunday. All right. So yeah, let's go in. Now, the first question I have here is coming from 11%. So 11% has a very interesting structure here. So you're saying that you're running multiple testing lab campaign. I assume that it's a testing campaign or it's a brand. I'm not sure. So when one find winners, you leave them there and launch a new testing lab for the next creative batch. Ending up, you have 3 to 4 campaigns running simultaneously until it fatigue. 3 to 4 per week. The 3 to 4 per week means, wait. You say about 3 to 4 weeks, it will actually get fatigue. Okay. Then kill and replace. You make about 10 to 20 ads per week, which can get campaign profitable fast. You say you went from 1.44 ROAS to 7.18 ROAS in 4 days doing this. Okay, now, so you're asking any downside to this versus consolidating the winners into one campaign. Seems like moving ads always break them for me. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I think the ad game just changed a little, especially after the Andromeda update. If you run ads, if you follow meta advertising or whatever development closely, I believe you've definitely noticed some discussion hyping up recently about Andromeda update. So when it comes to Andromeda update, it's actually a so-called system update. As in, Meta has been promising that they are able to match the ad to the right intent in the most effective way. But recently, with some hardware boost, they say they have been using NVIDIA chips and their own some like Meta developed chips that is gonna supercharge the AI matching system in the back, which is gonna work really well in terms of matching the ad to the right intent. And they're asking us to really put as many ads as possible within the same ad set. So if you ask me what will be the best way to test, whatever that is working right here, here's my methodology, right? Whatever that is working right now, let's not break it. But what I want to say here is I've been seeing clients that have been running single ad set campaign with multiple ads in it. When I say multiple means, I think my client, I think they have about like 20 to 30 ads in one ad set. You just let them do its job. So we don't really care which ad works better this week or not. I mean, of course, if you really see something that is really doing badly, low CTR, super bad cost per result and everything, CPM is really high, then of course we replace them. Otherwise, as long as the CTR and everything is within range, we keep them going. Because what for my client's case, the cost per result has been very consistent after running this for about 2 months right now. And then the consistency is actually very stable and it's going down. The cost per result has been, like getting better and better and better over time, over weeks. So yeah, that's what Meta is saying. Because when you have more ads within same ad set, okay, Meta is going to have more things to play. You get what I mean? And they're even encouraging us to have some more variation in terms of, like copywriting, as in like you can actually consider having multiple primary text in the copy, because this is also some very important element that Meta would use to match intent. Because what they're saying that they really know what audience are, like the audience preferences in terms of what kind of ad would trigger them better, and even at which part of the journey right here. Like for example, if you're selling some, let's say if you're selling a baking kitchenware, for example, different people have different needs. Like for example, somebody posted a update saying that my son is really getting into baking right now, and the other one is I want to start baking for my family. These two are looking for baking kitchenware, but then again they have different needs. So what Meta would do is they would run an ad and say that best for gift for the mom who wants to buy for the kid, and the other one is for the father who wants to buy for the family. They would say that this is actually the best kitchen appliances for the family. So they would do this kind of matching. That's what they promise right here. So if you ask me, I would definitely encourage that you put all the ads in one ad set just to test it. You can set aside maybe just 20-30% of your whatever budget that you have and let it run for a week or two at least and see how's the performance like. But based on what we observe, as long as you turn on Advantage Plus, that's what we need to do. You want to make it totally Advantage Plus, as in like we go broad, we go Advantage Plus sales campaign, Advantage Plus audience, Advantage Plus placement, and have more ads in it. It seems to work pretty well. So I would like to recommend that you actually try it out. So that's something that you may want to look into. So yeah, run it. And then eventually, when it comes to the structure, in order to answer your question, I think, yeah, that's what I would recommend. But having said that, there are many reasons why a campaign stopped working. Like you did mention that there is a fatigue situation. Usually when we run exclusion, when you run ads, definitely when it comes to e-commerce, I would definitely recommend that you use exclusion, as in like we want to exclude people who recently engaged with the ad, or even people who have purchased recently. They shouldn't be seeing your ad. Depending on what product that you're selling, I assume that they won't buy it within the next 30 days. I think it's safe that we push them out. So those are the things that we can do in order to maximize the longevity of the campaign. So I have got clients who have been running multiple campaigns for months, if not years, and they are consistently developing and doing well because we have got exclusion in place. So the idea is we want to make sure that we have lower than 2 frequency on each campaign, and even combined, they may be lower as well, especially if you're targeting a bigger market like US and all. Actually we still have a lot of room for the campaign to grow. So yeah, but having said that, if you need help, right, feel free to scan this QR code. Let's have a quick one-on-one Meta Ads audit on your campaign, and from there, whether you try the new Android Meta experiment or without, we can always look at your current campaign and see if there is any other optimization opportunities that I can actually offer. Yeah, because what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the numbers together. You definitely have your way of analyzing the campaign, but I would actually deploy my methodology and I will share with you how it works. And from there, we are going to develop, like a framework and a few steps that we can do, hopefully to improve your campaigns, like a building a plan. So yeah, let's take it one step at a time from there. So if that's something that you're looking for, scan this QR code. You can actually book a time and pay, and then we can have a one-on-one Zoom call to look into your campaign and build a plan. All right. Yep. Thanks for the question. Now, the next one we have here is coming from Ivy Smith. So Ivy is saying that you have just paid for Facebook ads, and then they send out another bill of $4. Now, for the past hour, they have been charging you 1 cent, and it's now 13 cents. What is happening? I assume that your campaign is actively running, but I'm not so sure what account you are using, because usually, if you are using a postpaid account, as in like Meta will only charge you after you spend up to like whatever spending threshold that you have, or they will charge you once a month on the last day of the month. Usually the bill will just coming in when you have campaign running. Otherwise, if you still see the numbers coming in and you're not running ads, then you probably need to do something. I would suggest that you contact Meta support and see if they are able to identify some maybe hackers that is, I don't know, spending your money. Yeah, if that's happening. But if you're running ads, definitely as you're running ads, the charges will keep coming in. They will keep accumulating, but it will not be charging your credit card yet until the threshold is met or until the end of the month. So that's what I think. So if you see in the ads manager, the amount that you spend keeps coming up, which is normal because you're spending, right? But it usually shouldn't be spending more than your daily budget. Even now, what Meta says is that they may spend more than 25%. 25% higher than your set. Let's say if you set to spend $5 a day, for example, they may spend up to, I don't know, like six something or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, but across the week, within 7 days, you shouldn't be spending more than 35. That's what they promise. But I've been seeing some clients having some issue, meaning let's say we set to spend $5 a day. Within a week, we're not supposed to spend more than 35, but we get to spend up to 50, which is possible. But when it comes to this kind of situation, I would recommend that you inform Meta support and see if they are able to, help you fix the problem. But yeah, so I think that will be the direction to go. I hope that answers your questions. I won't be able to offer any solution or my service to that. But if you need help looking into your campaign, I would definitely recommend that you go for this. Scan this QR code. We can either look into your situation together and see if we are able to find the problem that you're facing and hopefully fix it. Otherwise, I'll point you to the right direction on how you can contact Meta support and stuff like that. Yeah. Of course, if you run ads, that we can analyze the campaign, we can build a plan on how to optimize and take it to the next level. And yeah, because we don't want to run ads without knowing what's working and what's not working. Scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. All right, so let's go to the next one. So the next one is coming from Aisha. So yeah, you have a question here saying that when you put a new ad creative on an existing campaign, Meta doesn't give enough money to this new ad. It still gives the budget to the old ad on the campaign, so we can't know if the ads is working or not. That's correct. That's definitely what's going to happen when you have multiple ads in one ad set. But having said that, there are two situations here when we are addressing this thing. So yeah, let's talk about how can we effectively test the new ad. So if your objective is to just really test whether this ad would work or not, okay, theoretically what we usually do is, because before the Andromeda update, what really worked for us back then was single ad set, meaning I will have one ad within each ad set. So if I want to test 5 ads, right, I'll probably have 5 ad sets, each one spend maybe $1 or $2. Yeah, so if you spend minimal, but we can still, in that case, right, whatever work, we will just keep it running and increasing the budget within the ad itself. So if that's something that you want to control, and if it has been working well for you, let's say your current ad is already working really well consistently for many, many months or many weeks right now, and your goal is to test new ad creative, I will recommend that you actually use single ad set to test new creative, meaning you create a new ad set, you give a new budget to it, minimum budget, and let it run for a week or two to determine whether if it's working well. If it's working well, then you can just keep running it all the way. Otherwise, you can also merge them into, I call them a pool of campaign, a campaign and an ad set with a pool of winning ads in there. Because what Meta want us to do right now in the Android Meta update is that they want us to have as many ads as possible. I mean, they say up to 50 ads within the same ad set. But more, what they want to do here is, because what Meta is promising us in the latest Android Meta update is that the system or the machine learning is now so much more powerful, and they are able to match the right ad to the right intent in the most effective way right now with the machine learning, the AI algorithm and whatnot that is working in the back. What they say is, Meta has been promising that they are really going to help you match your ad to the right intent. But what they say right here is they are even able to identify which level they are at or what kind of need they have right now. Like, for example, I like to give this example. So let's say if you're selling baking kitchen appliances, for example, and different people have different need. And let's say, for example, there is a mom posting an update on Facebook saying that my boy is really getting into the baking scene right now. As in like getting into baking right now. He's really interested in learning baking right now. Versus another father who is saying that I want to level up my kitchen for my family and I want to have a new set of baking kitchen appliances for my family. So although both are looking for kitchen appliances, but they have different need. So if you actually go Advantage Plus, totally Advantage Plus on Meta, which is you even allow them to add some text or whatever, when they deem fit. What Meta is promising here is that they're going to have 2 ads for each. One is will say that, best for gifting. You get what I mean? Meaning because it's a mom wanting to buy for the son, so it's actually best for gifting, and they will show some young face there if you have some young face ad creative in there. And on the other one, they will actually say that, like it's really best thing for the family or something like that. They would actually put your product and they will add the word of family or something, because different intent, although they are looking for kitchen appliances, but it's a different intent. So that's what Meta is promising us to do. So in this kind of scenario, Meta wants us to have as many ads in one asset so that they have enough material to cook for different intent. So yeah, we have got clients that has been using this method for a few months right now, and they are doing pretty well. Cost per result has been consistently in decline, meaning it's getting better and better over time. But the rule is to have many ads. I think my client has about like 20 to 30 ads in one ad set, and then we just want to pump everything in. So we don't really care about which ad is working right now. So rather, yes, of course, if there are certain ads that are really terrible, we kick them out. But as long as they are working within, like a range that is like, like ad set level, CTR is good, CPM is good, and the cost per result is very consistent in that sense, we're just going to keep them running. So that's what we do right now. And that's what Andromeda is encouraging us to do. So yeah, if you want to go for that route, then I would definitely recommend that you go for it. But of course, Aisha, if you need help, like looking into your campaign and see what's really not working and working, and see if we are able to build a different framework or structure for your campaign, you may scan this QR code to book a one-on-one Meta Ads audit with me, where we're going to spend 30 minutes together to dive into your campaign. Of course, we're going to first build a dashboard. Like different campaign has got different metrics to track. We're going to build one in your ads manager so that you can go back to it anytime you need. And then on top of that, I'm going to analyze your campaign with you, where from the analytics, we're able to identify what's working and what's not working. And we're going to build a plan. And we're going to list out certain action steps that we may take to hopefully take the campaign to the next level. So if that's something that you're looking for, scan this QR code. You can actually book a 30-minute Zoom call and just pay for it. And I look forward to work with you. All right. So, yep. Thanks for the question. So that's from Aisha. The other one is coming from AK Virus. You're saying that your account is not working. 3 weeks trying to solve this issue. It says it's not sufficient fund, but you have like 200 euro in there. You have money in your bank account as well. Okay, now this kind of situation, it could be, I don't know. I need to look at your ad account in order to really give you the best advice. Because if your account is active, and you did mention that you have got money in there, like 200 euros that you just put into your account, you're probably creating ad with the wrong ad account. Because here's the thing, we may have multiple ad account that is attached to our Facebook profile. So when we are running ads, by default, Meta will bounce back to one, maybe, one of the probably the oldest ad account or the default ad account that you probably set in your settings. So you should consider testing it. Like that's why I always say it's best to run ads in the desktop version, in the ads manager, because if you're doing it from your phone, certain layout and all that may make it really confusing for people to do the right selection, to switch back to the right ad account and stuff like that. You try and see, probably it's just the wrong ad account. So when you're in the ads manager on the top left, okay, on the desktop version, of course, you should be able to switch between ad accounts. You just go for the ad account that you have money in it, and then you try running ads from there. But of course, if it's a new ad account that you probably haven't attached the page and the pixel and everything to the ad account, you probably need to do it in the back end. So once fixed, everything should be all right. That's what I think. Because yeah, for your situation, I really need to look into whatever that you're facing. I need you to share a screen to look at that. So if you need help, if you want me to look into that and like hopefully navigate the situation with you to find a solution, scan this QR code. It will direct you to a link where you can book a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me. And yeah, then we can have a quick session to dive into your situation and see what's working or what's not working and how can we fix it potentially together. Otherwise, I should be able to point you to the right direction on how you can raise a ticket to Meta or something like that. Yeah, so that's what I think. So if you're up for it, scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right, so yeah, that goes to the end. We have a short one. We don't have a lot of questions here. And remember, if you have any questions regarding meta advertising and Facebook, digital marketing, feel free to post your question as a comment. And what I'm going to do is on the following Sunday, I will screenshot and I will answer your question live over here during my Ask Jason Anything Sunday night live at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. If you want to join me, that's the time that you can join me. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Okay. Yeah, it's already the second last month of 2025. So let's make it work. And with that, thank you, and I'll see you next week.